Hello and welcome to Comic Solving Problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Erich McElroy. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome along to this comedy streaming show brought to you via the news, which has been tricky of late. Obviously, we thought things were going to be opened up again. There's been an extension. You're not allowed to meet up in big groups in the park. Although, just saying, you are allowed to have as many people as you like at a wedding. So if one of you turns up dressed as a vicar, I'm not saying you should break the rules. I'm just saying if you see a big group and one of them's Dawn French, don't believe a word of it, call the COVID marshals. And we will be going through the news, solving all of the problems. You can get involved in the chat. We've got a various array of URLs. If you're going to chat with us, please do it on the official YouTube page, /Comic Solving Problems. We'll mention later on the dirty business of money where you could drop some coins in our little virtual cup and keep this place afloat. If you pre-bought tickets, absolutely love you and your family. And I think we're about up to date. Other than that, it's time to say, Mr. Erich McElroy, what have you got for us?
Well, Steve, you forgot to say what is the sacrosanct? The
Secret
special,
Santa.
The magical thing.
The Secret Santa.
That as a broadcaster on YouTube, you are required by law to say as someone watches our video.
Oh, yeah. Please do a boxing fight with me, because apparently that is a thing.
No,
is that not it?
No. You're supposed to smash something, Steve.
Oh, yeah. Smash yourself in the face for being that kind of YouTuber.
Because we're still in lockdown. Just smash yourself in the face.
Yeah.
Smash the like button.
Okay. Smash the like button. Thumbs up. Cheers, dude. Cool.
Oh, you can tell Americans did this. No other culture. Other culture.
Could you imagine English YouTube? Would you mind awfully just doing the not so bad?
Yeah. Depends on the class, of course, of the English person. I mean, you know.
Smash that bottle.
Smash a bottle in your face if you were from Newcastle and a woman. Right, okay. We are going to solve the problems of the news, Steve, and this is a big one that affects us all. It's the problem of Putin.
Of what, sorry?
Not Putin, Putin, as in the Russian president. We got to see, finally, the new President Biden coming out of America and coming across the pond and just doing all the president stuff. And it's been great, hasn't it? We haven't been worried about mad press conferences. We haven't been worried about him pushing somebody from like Belarus or something out of the way. He's been hitting the G7. He's been doing the NATO. He's been bringing back the good times. And he's met with Putin. Toe-to-toe, the West versus the East. It's just like Red Dawn. And I'm not talking about the new one that they did. I'm talking about the one from the 1980s.
I don't know what happened there, but I can't hear you now. You shouted so loudly, you've got off. How have you managed that? Can't hear you at all. Don't worry, we can fix it, because I got this. Feel free to carry on. No, you're not on there either. Good God. Deary me. You just carry on and I'll pretend I can hear. Do you want to do that? Interestingly, you're connected to our second audio feed that should be for clips, and you're not sending any signal down there either. Just when we were about to have a go about other TV channels that launched and had tech problems. I'll watch on YouTube. Hey, I can hear you again now. No, wait a minute. I can hear the YouTube one I've just opened up. Oh no, you're not being heard on YouTube either. Now I can hear me saying I hear you again now on YouTube. Meanwhile, so yeah, you know.
What about now?
Yes.
Now. Hello.
Hello.
Am I back?
You're back.
All right, cool.
What
Well, that was
happened there? That
exciting.
was, what was that?
I Wolverine call. We've seen in the chat that someone has pointed out that I've been silenced by Putin.
Yep.
It's because I did the Putin, and he doesn't go for that. He's very masculine.
We'll take it from the top.
Very masculine.
Should we do it from the top?
Shall I yell again?
Hello and welcome to Comic Solving Problems. I'm Steve and Allen.
And I'm Erich McElroy, and oh my God, it's hot. It's the thunder, because we're getting thunder and rain here in the UK.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is that I'm dealing with is a problem with Vladimir Putin.
Oh, didn't expect that.
Didn't expect that. Joe Biden's been over. He's bringing it old school, like they did. I'm speaking quietly now, calmly. I'm doing my own little ASMR. Like in the 1980s, the West versus the East. Red Dawn, Wolverines. And we know this is what's happening because of this headline, of course. From the BBC, Biden-Putin summit, U.S. and Russia leaders meet for tense talks in Geneva. I don't know who Geneva is, but I hope she can handle both of the men. I didn't plan on doing that joke, just there. This is the big match, right? Biden's come out much more aggressively than Trump has. He actually called Putin a killer. And that caused Putin, when he was asked about that, he was asked in a press conference or in an interview, Putin was asked, well, did you hear that Biden called you a killer? Because that's what international news is like. It's like a high school playground. Did you hear what President Biden said about you? Putin's like, what did he say about me? Hope he didn't say anything bad. Like, he called you a killer. And what was Putin's reaction? He laughed. Like that, because that's what Putin does. He's like an evil count from Sesame Street. He can count the number of people he's killed. I killed 1 dissident, 2 dissidents, many dissidents. Now, Biden didn't want to be intimidated, so the press came back to him, told him about the whole laugh, and this was his response.
What do you say to Vladimir Putin?
To answer the first question, I'm laughing too.
That wasn't a scary laugh. That was just a creepy laugh. We've got... I'm worried about them meeting. I really don't have much stock in what Biden is doing. But they have had their first, encounter. And, you're thinking, all right, what's it going to be like? There's been all this trash talk. What is the vibe?
I know that you've been on a long tour.
That is not warmth, Steve. That is 2 old men waiting in a lobby to get their prostates checked. That's what that is. I mean, Biden looked at least happy to be there. I mean, I think he's happy to be anywhere, to be honest. I don't know if he always knows where he is, but that doesn't matter. But Putin did not look happy because he clearly got along better with Trump than he is with Biden. Trump was not happy either that Putin's meeting with this new president. He released a statement just a couple of days ago where he went on and basically attacked Joe Biden, said that, meeting with Putin's a good guy, just basically said to Biden, don't fall asleep during the meeting. It's a long statement. We don't really need to hear from him anymore. He's banned from Twitter, so now he just releases statements. He even shut down his own blog. Nobody cares what he's saying. But I was able to find out because, there was all those rumors about Trump being a Russian spy. You've heard those, right? And I did put this through the old Enigma decoder machine because I've got one in the house, souvenir. And I was able to extract a secret message from Trump's statement. Right there, you can see it. I love President Putin.
Nice.
It's very subtle. Got to look for it. But it's there.
Some things were redacted there. I think some things might have been redacted.
Yeah, that's the code machine. Okay. That's how that code works. You just cover up the words you don't want, and then you can pretty much, because the statements are so long, you can pretty much get him to say anything. It's fun. It's a fun game for the kids. Now, even if you look at the body language, Putin was fond of Trump as well. We know their last meeting in 2010, they were captured together, and we actually have Putin on a hot mic from that meeting where you can actually hear on the hot mic what Putin was saying.
I love you. You complete me.
Yep. It's exactly what Putin sounds like. just a little bit like Tom Cruise, except Putin's taller. It's the only difference between the two of them. But everybody's been giving advice on this meeting. Everybody's been saying what Biden should do. Even former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, she had a few thoughts.
And I think that President Biden, number one, wants to make clear to Putin that where there can be cooperation, we welcome that. On climate change, for example, I think also on nuclear proliferation.
Oh, don't mention nuclear and Putin. That's not a good kind of thing to do. I mean, we know what he does to people that he doesn't like, and they're going to be meeting together one-on-one. That's why I was really relieved when I saw this photo of their joint meeting together. Look at that first photo. They've got their own bottles of water. I was so happy to see that because, I'd like Biden to stick around for as long as he possibly can. Thank goodness, because this was the initial drink that Putin offered Biden right here. It's just, you don't want the glowing drink with the Russians, but because you know what they say, keep your friends close and keep your drinks away from the ex-KGB guy.
Good phrase. Yeah.
It's a famous saying. There we go. Did you hear all of that?
We heard all of that, broadcasting live from that rainforest that you're in. We heard all of that.
Soundproofed.
Yeah, sounds like
take
it.
a drink
Yeah.
now. That became work there. When your sound cuts out, I'm gonna have a drink.
That was interesting. Do you want me to do some of the comments while you're having a little sip?
Yes, while I rehydrate.
Jack,
Why don't you say hello?
Jack says hello. Keith says hi. Interesting shirt choices tonight, gents. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean the short sleeve summery shirt that I wore all day and thought, just fake it with a tie? I've still got the shorts on downstairs. Nothing, no surprise there. Ed says silenced by Putin. It's going to happen because we are at the forefront of political satire. He's worried about us. In fact, that's why we all have our own drinks as well. Look at that.
Exactly. Yeah. Steve and I do not share anything.
No. For obvious reasons. Also, we're miles apart. But other than that, we'd definitely be doing that. Chris says, Eric, have you unplugged your mic? Did we get to the bottom of what happened? Did it change settings or something?
I don't. Maybe because I did the Wolverine shout, it just triggered like an off thing. So.
Oh, everyone's a critic. Struth. Even the mic is a bit like.
Should I try and shout Wolverine again just to see if it happens?
It's too much.
Let's not do that. Right.
Keith says it's the Steve and Allen show. The Could You Imagine Such a Thing? Weekdays, 4 o'clock on Time 107.5.
Don't get started.
Russian audio hacking, says Jack. Red Dawn 80s nostalgia, says Ed. Yeah, we're bringing it all.
Yeah.
We're bringing it all. That's what people tune in for. Chris says, evening all. The one night I'm late to the show and it all goes tits up. It's not the one time it goes tits up, though, is it? Come on. Come on.
I put the subscription link in there. If you subscribe, you can see all the fuck ups. We've got every episode there.
They're all there. I'm wearing a white shirt again, and I've still not added a darker background to it. Nuts. I'm just going to hold my phone there. Do it that way around. There we go. It's nice and dark. No. Charlotte says, evening all. After 2 very busy weeks at work, I'm back. Did I miss anything? For 2 weeks. They took down a picture of the Queen. They extended the lockdown. Boris Johnson did something, got married. I can't remember. It's been
Did
crazy.
we talk about that? I can't remember what we talked about. There's Biden, Trump, Brexit, pandemic,
all of that.
Repeat. Yeah. So I can take back over the comments again. Is someone hoovering at McElroy Towers? That's the rain.
Yeah.
It's the rain. We're getting the rain down here, down south.
But I know what he means.
It's happening.
I still feel like I'm hearing a computer fan or something. Are you on? Yeah.
There are no fans on because I am sweating like a motherfucker.
No fans on this show.
No.
Of this show.
I can try and see.
Nah,
I can mute one of my other mics, but if there's no echo, then let's just not touch anything.
Yeah. How many mics have you got?
Let's see.
He's in stereo.
Well, I mean, one of the the other clean feed thing, because I should be. Yeah, I haven't muted my microphone on the Skypey thing.
No, it's good. You shouldn't do. No, we're only broadcasting to you. There's a secret backdoor broadcaster that Eric can hear the clips these days. Oof.
Right.
If you pay extra, we'll give you a link to it. Don't know why you'd want it.
There we go. Working now you're there, Chris. So it was Chris. Says Keith. Chris Curling says to Charlotte, they were just killing time until we got here. That's what it was. Yeah. It's just, we worked for the whole week on that sketch.
Yeah. Treading water up until that point and then just waiting for you.
Yeah. Yep, there we go. Strictly YouTube says LOL. So
yeah, thanks.
I don't know what they're laughing at, but
for us breaking YouTube.
And Charlotte said that it's good to know and laughed. So she's laughing at Chris, not at us, which is really not the whole point.
Good point, yeah. Darn it.
I mean, and Adam says, locked on, guys. So that sounds like a threat.
That if you just get a red dot and then hear beep, 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 beep.
And Strictly YouTube says, are you guys going to cover Matt Hopeless Hancock? Emphasis on the cock.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? Actually, previously I did promise to do more Matt Hancock stuff, seeing as I am not a fan of his work. I mean, I wasn't anyway, but now I really think you put an idiot... Actually, no, it's not even his fault, is it? You put an idiot in charge of care homes, and then you wonder why we lost so many people. But it's also a comedy show, and I'm not really gone past the point where that just would be a rant, and I'd shout so loud, and then the sound would go off, because for some reason, this show's now got some sort of audio limiter built in.
Well, if we just sick the Wolverines on Matt Hancock...
Stop saying words that are going to ruin things. We're going to get taken off air. So you can keep the comments coming through. Plus, also, the Ko-fi link is there if you'd like to chuck some money. There it is, in our direction. It'd be very much appreciated and keep this little project afloat. Plus, it's in the chat. If you're doing any chat, get it on our main YouTube would be the way to do it. It's the best way of doing it.
There we go.
So, on to the next problem. I like space. I got to be honest.
Okay.
And by that, I should clarify, I mean space, not just distance space. I actually like distance space. I like all spaces. I like 2 meters, that's a good space. When that ends, I'm still going to be trying to keep 2 meters away from people. I'm going to have a lot of conversations that include someone going, oh, we don't actually have to do that anymore, Steve. Yeah, we don't have to, but you don't have to wear that mask either. I know, but you got bad breath. So there's going to be a lot of that going on in my life. But I like space. It's just a shame that I'm not going to get to do anything with space because I am poor and I am from the Midlands. Whereas if I were a billionaire, by God, they love some space. And I quite like this because back in the day, I was worried. There was a time when all of the billionaires seemed to be having plans to go to Mars. And I started to think, what do they know that we don't know? Because we would be disposable to them. Are they going to start again up there? But now I've decided to be more positive about the fact that the billionaires want to go to space. Whenever billionaires have stupid ideas, it gets money out of their bank accounts and into the economy. I'm all for stupid plans by billionaires. Yes, please. So we know that Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. Jeff Bezos has got his plan to go up to space. And Richard Branson's still trying to join in, like, oh, don't forget me, guys. I'm like a billionaire BG. Come on, I'm going to float as well. So that's all happening. And I today wish to talk about this one, the Jeff Bezos one. Because his Blue Origin, that's the name of his space company, is going to be up into space, and he is going to be on their first manned mission. Now, I have to be honest, if I were a billionaire, I'd definitely pay someone else to take that first risk for me. Because I got more to live for. Do you want to earn a quick 100 quid? Send someone up there. But he's doing it himself. Good, I guess, maybe. And look, there's so much has worried me about it being Jeff Bezos that does it first. And I think I'm falling for a prejudice that I'm also a victim to. Bald prejudice. Because he's not got any hair. We think he might be more evil. When Elon Musk does it, when you watch Saturday Night Live, you think, oh, he's harmless. Let him go over his face. It'll be all right. When the singing Rich BG one does it, you think, oh, it won't be right. But when the bald guy's doing it, you think, this guy's a bad guy. This guy's a Bond villain. And if you don't think he's a Bond villain, I've added this just to convince you. There it is. You see that white cat and all of a sudden, no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to be in for delivery. So he's going to be heading up there to all of that there space. And there is something that's worrying because of there's a petition that has been set up to ban Jeff Bezos from re-entering the Earth when he gets into space. That's a bit mean, isn't it? I mean, what has Jeff Bezos ever done to upset people that much? Other than, look, maybe Amazon has had some questionable issues with the working conditions of its staff. But other than the questionable conditions of the Amazon staff, what has he ever done to warrant that kind of hate, other than not really pay fair share of tax? But other than the questionable working conditions of the staff and not paying any tax, what has he ever done to warrant that kind of hatred, other than, I suppose, close down all the bookshops? But other than the working conditions of the staff, not paying any tax, closing down actual bookshops, what has he actually done other than send massive boxes? I mean, that is just a collection of paper clips sent in those. Sweet mercy. But other than that, I don't know why people are so upset with him. They want to stop him coming back in the planet. It's not going to happen. because, like, where would he go? And also, he'll just sneak back in one of the massive cardboard boxes. They are all big enough for a human. That was the plan all along. But he also, you can't leave him up there because he won't be the only one on the little rocket, because someone has paid I mean, this headline is a bit misleading. Who paid $28 million for 11 minutes in heaven with Jeff Bezos? Well, that explains why they got divorced. But no, someone spent that money to go to space with Jeff Bezos. And this is the bit where I've decided, yeah, if I had that money, I think that would be brilliant. Not because 11 minutes in space is particularly worth it, and I do love space. And it's not because I think he's a Bond villain. In fact, turn it around. This is the one time when sending the bald guy into space is definitely going to be worth it. Because you'll get to pretend you're doing this. For that much money, it'd be like, Jeff, do the intro. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Do it again, but stress the Enterprise even more. Enterprise. I paid $28 million for this. Do the Mr. Worf one. Mr. Worf on main viewer. For that much money, seeing Jeff Bezos pull down his little tunic all the time, yes, mate, we're going to space. So I'll be up for a bit of that action.
That's the dream. Not the Star Wars space?
No, I don't really
Galaxy.
don't like Star Wars. But also, who are the bald people? Oh, he'd be the Emperor bad guy, wouldn't he?
Oh, which kind of is a little on brand, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't really do that.
But yeah, I mean, if people don't want him to come back from space, just don't pay extra for the return delivery.
Yeah, that'd do it. Don't send him up there on Prime.
Yeah, don't send him on Prime. Simples.
Ever F Art, I don't know what it is. It's an anagram. It's got the word fart in it. Who knows? Says hello Savloy. Isn't it oi oi Savloy or hello sausage? You gotta, take a pic.
I don't know what that's in reference to.
Charlotte says, I've told you before, I'm laughing at you, not when the banana comes out and the singing starts, though.
Well, Charlotte, wait here. Look at your lucky day.
Oh, damn it. I was going to sing the banana song. Didn't happen. And Keith says, in 25 years, I've never had the option of cancelling. That's why I'm like I am. I don't know what that's in reference to. Chris says, was the petition started by a recent Mrs. Bezos? Although she's just been giving that money away. I mean, I'm not having a word said against her because she might not be done giving it away yet. Just saying.
We could use some help with our sound.
Mrs. Bezos?
We take your coffee. Get more than 11 minutes in heaven with us.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I mean, combined.
Oh, yeah, eventually. If you add them all up. And wrong chat, says Keith. All right, fair enough. You chat about Savaloys, because there's that going on as well in the comment section. Chris says £20 and take you to Laysdown. That's almost like space. Is there any intelligent life there? Talking about Laysdown. It's pronounced E for effort. Fee. Okay, fair enough. And 0G doesn't mess up your hair if you like Jeff. Yes. That's why Boris could never go to space, although he looks like he already is. Okay. Interesting take on it.
Fair enough. Yeah, why not send Boris?
And then don't let him back. I'd take a slice
let him
of that.
back.
So would you want to go up in space with a billionaire? Because they're all billionaires doing it.
I mean, the idea, I'd like to see it tested a few times. But considering I've never even been in a helicopter, it feels like the upper atmosphere is a bit of a stretch at this stage.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a plane? How bad we're talking?
I have been in a plane.
Okay.
I have been in a plane.
Because
Not
you're
one that's
American?
taken off. Just at the museum.
Right. Was it a long boat from America when you came over?
Swam.
Okay.
I swam.
Downhill most of the way. It's back that's trickier.
Yeah. When I swam, I was a child. They checked my teeth when I got to the shore. And I was a child when I left, but it took a long time to swim here. So yeah. So, but no helicopters, no, But I think I'd rather be in more Star Wars. But I don't know. The Enterprise is pretty cool. It'd be tough.
Do you know what? Doing that bit today,
decision.
it dawned on me for the first time because Star Trek is all about we've gone beyond monetary systems, and that's why you don't have capitalism in Star Trek. And yet it's called Enterprise, which is exactly what most of the apprentice groups are always called, stuff like that, aren't they?
That's true. But they were called that after Star Trek Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise came first, even though technically in our history it came later.
Yeah. And no one talks about the TV show Enterprise. No, mate, don't need it. Don't need it. Stick to Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you'd like to get involved in the chat, it's youtube.com/comic solving problems. Plus, the Ko-fi link is there. It's also in the chat if you'd like to chuck some coins in our pot and keep this whole thing afloat. Buy us some new shirts with starch collars that actually work with a tie. Things like that. Whatever you could give, do give. It would help.
Yep. Get some insulation, because there's noise still going on in the background that sounds like a bit of a Hoover.
Yeah. And that's
It's rain.
But the rain,
definitely rain.
can't be making a Hoover sound, can it?
But there's no other noise other than the thoughts in my brain.
I'll throw this out to the chat section. Am I the only one hearing the whistly, not the whistly, but the kind of hum of a fan? There is a chance that my head is so empty it's doing that thing like a shell does on the beach.
There's no fan. There's definitely no fan on this side.
Drop a comment in the thing. That would very much help. Meanwhile, Mr. Erich McElroy, what have you got for us?
I love these shows. Right. This is a problem, Steve, of the secrets of the mind.
Yes.
Just because you're one of those people that is very difficult to read sometimes, especially when you're listening to me try and do a joke, and I set it up, I lay out that punchline, and since you're the only person whose audio response I can hear, it's always nice when you give me the look you're giving me right now. It's that thing. Would you want to be able to read someone else's mind?
No, good God, no. No.
Yeah. I mean, and then of course you get in that situation where you're with a long-term partner. They start asking you like what you're thinking. That's always a dangerous moment, isn't it? My wife asked me what I was thinking the other day. We were driving back from somewhere, so I was in the zone. I was driving. I was focused on the driving, and literally in my mind, she's like, "What are you thinking?" And I think I was somewhere like around here. Just thinking about how much I love Roadrunner and Coyote. Just thinking about nothing. Just kind of having one of those kind of quiet moments. There was nothing going on. So, of course, she asks me, like, what are you thinking? Because we're sitting there together, and it's one of the few moments we ever have alone where we can actually talk. She's like, what are you thinking? And then immediately I just switch to... Everything I do is Warner Brothers cartoons. That's what's going on up there all the time. Maybe that's the little machine that you hear running just all the time.
It's a projector.
So I'm like, look, I can front it out. I can front it out when I get asked that question, but I may not be able to front it out for very much longer because I saw this headline: $110 million investment to unlock the secrets of the mind. Shit. Would you want a helmet that could unlock the secrets of your mind?
The idea of reading someone else's thoughts doesn't appeal to me. I don't even want to hear them talk about their thoughts. But the idea of someone knowing mine, nah, mate.
That would be a scary place to go. But see, the thing is, this guy, his name is Brian Johnson. He's very rich, but he's only millionaire rich. So he can't go to space. So he's got to spend the money on your mind. Now, of course, basically, read the story. He's designed a helmet. He's starting to ship them out that are supposed to monitor your thoughts and emotions. And immediately you're like, okay, well, I know where this is going to be used. It's going to be another little VR porn thing.
Yeah.
That's like step one for any of this technology. That's where it's going to happen. But no, but it could be the kind of thing that not only does it extract information, you start thinking like, what are the potential for this? Maybe it's going to actually add information to your mind. That might be a little bit more interesting. Something like this.
I know Kung Fu.
Yeah, right. We've all laid back and thought, I know Kung Fu, until we get up. Now, you think that's ridiculous. But then you're like, all right, what's behind all this? What is Brian Johnson thinking? What's inspired him to create this technology? And it turns out, according to the article, he got the idea watching Keanu Reeves download Kung Fu into his brain in The Matrix. So Jeff Bezos, inspired by Star Trek, Star Wars, whatever. This guy, Brian Johnson, I just want to learn Kung Fu.
Without
$110 million.
It would have been quicker to learn
just
Kung Fu.
Learn Kung Fu. Yeah. Now, let's see what else this guy has in store with his technology. He's thinking that it could be used to monitor people's thoughts, help with, mental health issues, but also could be used to research what people are thinking, including giving it to the Biden administration to help do research on people's thoughts and minds. Oh, great. The first thing he wants to do is to give the mind-reading helmets to the government, as if we're not dealing with enough conspiracy theories right now. There's apparently chips, in the vaccine, according to these nutters. It's made you magnetic, which is ridiculous. I've had the vaccine. Hasn't made me magnetic at all. Just doing that. It's completely ridiculous, right? So that's what he wants to do. That's the solution, right? When people think that Alexa's listening to them all the time, and now this. But what's really interesting is getting to know the guy behind this technology, which we can see here. He wants his company to create these computer interfacing implants because he wants people to become something more than human. Which is, he clearly has not been watching Picard because 2 references in one show. Right. It's just madness, right? And you think, how could he have come up with this idea to implant computers into the mind and do all these things? You learn here that apparently over the last few years, he's been snorting stem cells and experimenting with hallucinogenic drugs.
Now I want to snort stem cells.
You see what happens when you only got millions of dollars to spend?
Yeah.
No spaceship, just stem cells, hallucinogenic drugs, and kung fu.
Smells like
11 minutes of heaven? You know it.
Why would you snort stem cells? I've got like a really young inside of my nose.
He has stopped doing that. Yeah. So
got a little patch.
He ran out. I don't know who his supplier was. Like, dude, what is that? No, it's a 5-year-old child.
Yeah. Cool.
It's definitely stem cells. I'm not like, they just really make me talkative. And
Beautiful.
Stem cells, right. Let's see what we got in the comments here. If anybody wants to join on their journey into the mind, Earth Mike Wires. Not sure what that's. Jack says that he hears rain, not fan. So there we go. Mo Loco B says, sorry, was in your chat, Steve, on your channel.
I've turned that off. This is the weird thing. I've turned that off, and we shouldn't be there, but we should have been on our Comic Solving Problems Facebook.
So many gremlins. So many gremlins. But we're broadcasting. We're in sync. We should start a new news channel.
With better audio. Well, apart from today's show.
Better audio. Chris says that he can hear me. That wasn't technically the question that Steve asked, but you can hear it. Oh, you can hear it. All right. Yeah. So you can hear the fan rain noise, but it's definitely rain. Edward says, I'm thinking Acme Company was the first product placement in cartoons.
Yeah. I wonder if there was, back, if you go through the sales data, you'd see an increase in Anvil sales around the time of the cartoons. Probably. I'm guessing, yes.
So glad I got rid of my Anvil, because since I've become magnetized. Mo Local B says Magneto style. I'm guessing that's from my key trick. It's incredible how that works. You just go in a humid room with closed windows.
And have you checked to see if your key is actually made of an alloy that would be attracted to a magnet? Because so many of these people online going, I had a vaccine, and they're actually using like nickel-based keys and things. Wow.
It's plastic.
Yeah, well, that checks out. Yeah.
So, where else are we at here? Chris Curling says, it sounds like Eric is on a train in an Agatha Christie murder mystery. That's why I was silenced.
They all done
it. Aether says, get him a phone box rocket and tell him it's a time machine. Okay. Wild Stallions. There's another one in there. Mo Loco B says, on the plus side, you won't lose your house keys.
Yes.
LOL. Yeah, that's true.
Leave them stuck to you.
But now you got those plastic car fobs. Damn it.
Technology not helping. Became magnetic for a reason.
And aren't they called Parmesan on the black market? I feel like someone's on a... What was that in reference to?
I don't know. It's probably... I reckon it might have meant to be Parmesan.
Parmesan?
Maybe.
I don't know. But what would be... Did we mention cheese? I don't know. I feel like someone's on a slightly different chat thread. Mo Loco B says, no worries here now. And Ed says, next remake of Scarface, say hello to my little stems.
That you almost did
Nice.
an impression then. Go on, commit to the bit.
Thank you.
Go on, do it.
Okay. Say hello to my little stems.
I think that's an impression. What's happened on that side of the room?
I can do it. And Mo Loco B says, darn it.
Yeah, I don't know why I did
worries,
turn
man.
off. I knew that back in the day, I set up our very complicated stream system to have fallback safeties. So I think that's what happened now. I'm fighting against the system. You turn something off and it was designed to replace the stream from somewhere. Yeesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get on that one.
Yeah, we've put the links in there. Please subscribe to the channel if you can. And also, if you think, hey, I like what's happening, I'd buy these guys a drink. I'd buy Eric some insulation for the rain. I'd buy, Steve a new shirt. Whatever it is. You can put your drinks in there.
Little boats.
Little Kofi action.
Little boats, I think.
Yeah. Is it boats? Aw. Did you get that when you were 12?
Yeah. Don't fit now. But I only need to fasten the first 3 buttons to do one of these shows.
That's all you need for shirts these days. That's what's great about lockdown. There's some things I am going to miss about this.
Yeah. Beautiful. And if you'd like to, do the money, it's in the kofi.com/comic solving problems. I have another problem for us, though. Erich McElroy, do you like Carry On films?
I do. I enjoy them.
Have you seen a Carry On film?
I have. I don't know if I've watched one all the way through because I feel like it's just the innuendo throughout. And then I just fast forward to the best bits.
They used to do those on TV. There were TV shows where they just play clips of Carry On films. I think it was just called Carry On Laughing. Yeah.
Yep.
But so I love Carry On films because of the innuendos. If you give me the opportunity to do an innuendo, I will pop my big one in. And if you offer me an opportunity to enjoy a lewd double entendre, I will bend over it and take it in the... No, actually, that's wrong. But, so I do enjoy the cheeky humour. Such classic films as... I don't know if you've seen this one. Have you seen Carry On Camping?
Yeah.
And Carry On Girls. That was one of them. One of my favourite ones was Carry On Luggage. And could have done more, but got bored. I was trying to do one about the new Mrs. Johnson. Again, got bored. But, so there's some Carry On news about the Carry On films. And this is, wow. Barbara Windsor's iconic Carry On Camping bikini sells for £9,500 at auction. That's a lot of money for a bikini that falls off. For that much money, I'd want them to repair the clasp. In fact, I probably need them to be fair.
Yeah.
No offense to your people, but my favorite thing of that headline, I've underlined it, that it was bought by an American buyer after a bidding war. And I think because of her name being Windsor, I think some American has spent that much money on what they presume is the Queen's bra. They're going to be very disappointed to find out that it's not diamond encrusted and like conical like Madonna's.
No. But, I mean, let's be honest. Her Majesty does have quite a royal set.
Oh, good God. I was thinking, how's he going to bail away from this one? And he didn't. Just went straight in for it.
She's got nice knockers.
A couple of golden jubilees. That's what she's got. God. But so the Carry On films. Have you? So if you've not seen Carry On Camping, do you know the scene we're talking about?
I don't know what you're saying.
I've got the scene anyway, but because we've had a couple of copyright issues, seeing as we've played both The Matrix and an awful lot of cartoons for some reason tonight, I thought that I've got the clip and I've shrunk it down a little bit, so we've got our border, which sometimes stops us getting the copyright strike, but also I've replaced the audio, but trying to recreate the audio in a basic kind of vibe. Thankfully, because it's set in a campsite, the rain, if anything, adds to it. So here's the audio replaced version of the scene we're talking about.
Oh. Oh, matron, take them away.
Even I'll admit, I was aiming for Kenneth Williams, and I think I ended up more Alan Rickman drowning. Really sure what happened there.
You sound like you were not.
It's That's what I spent my afternoon doing. But
That's good.
There you go. So that's
What an
it's
actress.
iconic. It's we all remember that from back in the day. It's So now someone gets to own that. It's great that the money's going to help Alzheimer's as well, and it's brilliant. The only thing that I could moan about, I suppose, is the sexism. And probably not the thing you're thinking, like, oh, isn't it terrible to be laughing at someone's bra falling off? It was a different time, and I'm not going to judge previous works of art based on modern-day standards. It's the modern-day sexism that I still have a problem with, because for some reason, if you do a scene like that and your bikini top pings off, exposing your jubilees all over the place, that is enough to turn someone into a national treasure and an icon. And yet when it happens once to your underpants, you never live it down, and that's why I got banned from Tesco! Lot of work. A lot of work to get there, but we got there.
I wanted to shout Wolverines in excitement, but I figured that would be too risky.
Yeah.
So well done.
Thank you.
We got to get the T-shirts made. Telling you.
I'm keeping this as a screen every single time. I'm going to go and, we can get the T-shirts ordered, and we can demand that we have that and other such things on T-shirts, and, try them on in the shop, and that's why I'm going to get back from Tesco's.
Until Tesco's finds out and then bans you from doing I'm banned from Tesco's.
Oh my God, imagine the screens that says, and that's why I'm banned from doing that's why I got banned from Tesco jokes. Something like that.
We're going to run out of room.
We'll have to go 1080p again. Right, let's get stuck into the comment section. You can enjoy some of this. Missed my defrost the Cold War joke also. Maloko, did we miss a Cold War joke? Darn it. And then, come on, Eric lol. Can't remember what that was for. What a lovely pair, says Ether F Art. Very cheeky, says Maloko. Keith says the best innuendos were Captain Pugwash. The main characters were Master Bates and Seaman Staines. Yeah, there's not nothing about. Maloko says, oh, matron, take them away. It's the phrase, isn't it? It's the kind of, matron, take... I can just about get near a Kenneth Williams when he's in the ear stop messing about voice, but when he's being all pompous, can't get anywhere near it. I can try again. Mr. Potter. Nope, you see, goes more Alan Rickman. Weird. Chris says, so back on air in 2025 after the longest ban in YouTube history. It could be a while, couldn't it? We'll have to use a different channel. My son pulled my shorts down outside Tesco. I guess it's only an issue indoors.
Yep.
Well,
you get banned from the car park then.
If you're not banned from
That's
Tesco.
why I got banned from the car park.
Oh, no, I can't use that one. Oh, no, I can't use that one. This is too much, says Charlotte Armstrong. I think it is as well. I think we can all agree it is. And the minor bird saying, show us your knickers. Oh, yeah. This is the problem now. We can just sit here remembering stupid jokes they did in the... If those skirts get any shorter, they'll have another set of cheeks to powder. I think that was from Carry On Drive That Taxi or something. And then, Maloko, that was when you were talking about Biden and Putin, the oh, come on, Eric, or something. No, it would be the Cold War thing. Of course. Defrost the Cold War.
There we go.
Yeah. I think we are nicely up to date. Have you got anything else that we need to throw at this show?
I just hope our dreams... we didn't. I thought we were going to have lightning and thunder, so just a little bit of rain, perhaps. Well, that's a good way to do it. Just make sure that you don't have any text messages you accidentally show. Reveal some photos or something. Yes. I think we have reached the end. We've covered all the news. We've solved all the problems. We've done exactly what we promised to do. And we're going to be back next week on
Wednesday,
because we're now weekly
first.
on Wednesday, or the next Wednesday.
Whichever comes first.
So it doesn't work as well when it's the same day. It's not quite the same.
And
but
that's why I was banned from... No, that doesn't work either.
But Charlotte, specifically for you, if you have missed some of the shows, you can watch all the shows back on the YouTube. And I know some people tried to watch back one of our shows the other day, and the sound was out of sync. And it's fixed now. And I think it was during that whole when the internet went crazy and the cloud thing happened. I think that we were part of that, and that's why it went a little bit went a bit wonky. But that has been fixed, and so we are synced up. And there's
It's
No
harder
more
to do than it looks, isn't it? I always think that would be worth
problems.
trying.
with the sound.
Hello.
I just pretend not to talk like I did before because that was hilarious at the beginning. But yes, so you can catch up on all our shows. You can see clips of the show from there. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. Till next time. Have yourself a good one. Let's
Yeah.
take that off the screen. There we go. Till next time. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you for watching this from Comic Solving Problems.
And if you feel like it, go ahead and like the video.
Or subscribe. Commitment.